Good morning everybody, it's Tuesday the 19th of January and we're going to order our story today. Which comes first? That's right, he sits on the egg. Which comes next? Playing or listening to the egg? That's right, he listens to the egg. And then they play finally. We're going to write some sentences about each of our pictures. Let's have a look. What's George doing? Pause the video and talk to your adult. That's right. He sat on the egg reading stories. First, George read the egg stories. But I want to use an adjective to describe George. Pause the video and write 2 adjectives we could use to describe George. Use your quiet voice. He's caring, he's kind. First, kind George read the egg stories. First, we're going to use a capital. Will and twill. First, kind. What do we need for kind? And George. What do we need for George? We need a capital. It's his name. George. First, kind George read the egg stories. Read. Ed. The. Can you help me with the? Read the egg stories. But I want to describe the egg. Pause the video and write 2 adjectives we could use to describe the egg. Can you use your big voice? It's shiny, it's golden. Shiny golden egg. Shiny, what sounds doing for shiny? Sh-I-ny. Sh-I-N-E. Shiny. And because we're going to make a list, we need a comma. Golden, what do we need for golden? Old. N. Egg. Egg. Stories. What sounds do we need for stories? Or ease. Ease. What do we have at the end? A full stop. Let's have a look at the next picture. What's George doing? Pause the video and talk to your adult. That's right. He's listening to the egg. There's noises coming from the hatching egg. Pause the video and think of a word we can use to describe the noise. Can you use your whisper voice? That is a good word. Rumble. Next, the egg started to rumble. Next. Next, the. What do we need for the? Next, the egg. Let's think of a word we can use to describe the egg. Pause the video and write down 2 adjectives. Are you ready? Use your big voice. Huge. That's a good word to describe how big the egg is. Huge. Huge. Egg. Egg. The huge egg started. We're going to break down started and we're going to write start and then we're going to add ed. Start. What do we need for start? Sound it out for me. Start the car. Ed. Started to. Ooh, I like t, but ooh is tricky. To rumble. Isn't that a good word to describe noise? Rumble. B. Oh. And what do we have at the end? A full stop. Finally, what's George and the dragon doing? Pause the video and talk to your adult. That's right, they're playing knights. Knights in shining armour. Finally, George and the dragon played knights. Finally, we're going to use our capital. Finally. George, what do we need? We need a capital. Well done. George George. And the dragon. And. What do we need for and? A. And. The. Sound it out for me. And the dragon. But I want to describe the dragon. Pause the video and think of 2 adjectives we can use to describe the dragon. Can you use your dragon voice? You're right, he has got bumpy legs. Bumpy. George and the bumpy. Can you sound it out for me? Oh, Even use the alternative Y. The bumpy dragon. D. A. G. O. And the bumpy dragon played. We're going to write play and then we're going to add the ed on. Play. What do we need for play? Sound it out for me. P. L. A. May I play A? P. L. A. D. Nights. And nights is a tricky one because the k is silent. It doesn't say a word. Nights. I. We need the I sound. Help me out. Fly high. I. I. G. Night. And what do we have at the end? A full stop. Right, now it's your turn. You're going to need some scissors and your adult to help you cut out the pictures neatly and stick them in your book and write some sentences using some amazing adjectives. Can't wait to read them.